you always hear people ask the question, if you were stranded on an island, what 20 books would you have with you? And for me, it's like I don't want to say I don't need books, but I'd rather have music. That would be more important to me. So I actually started playing keyboards, piano, when I was 2. My parents had gotten my older brother this little organ. I still remember exactly what it looked like. It had little push buttons for the chords, and it was for him, and he had zero interest in it. So my parents started me on piano lessons when I was about 5 or 6, I think. And yeah, it was just kind of like one of those things where there was no question that that's what I would pursue. There was never like are you interested in anything else? Is there anything else that you think you would want to do or go to school or learn? It was just understood that I would study music. Sorry, did I just ruin?
Oh, that's very cool.
So, but yeah, when I was in the academy, all it was studying, working out, sleeping. Studying, working out, sleeping. There was nothing else that you could really do. And I've always had a piano, so it's something I still do just for myself. I'm certainly not practicing 5 and 6 hours a day anymore, like I did when I was at school. But, sorry. But yeah, I still play. I still play just for my own enjoyment. You know, every now and again I'll learn a new song, you know, something classical, just to keep my skills sharp. I was 36 years old when I went to the academy. I think I was the oldest in the class. I was the only female in the class. And I was also the oldest. And I don't think some of those guys liked me there, but they learned to like me, I guess. I think at the time that I came on board to the fire department, I think we had 220 firefighters total, and of those 220, I believe 10 were women. Definitely a strange transition from being a music teacher and a church organist to being a firefighter. And I think it was just, you know, I was an adult. Here I'd finished school, so I was not going to be a professional student. I was done with school. It was time to grow up and be a real adult and get a job. And I just couldn't find my niche. I couldn't find what made me happy. So, and I was like really, really fit. I think I was like 35 years old at the time and super fit. And I lived in this high-rise apartment building. It was 12 stories. So it had the 2 stairwells on either end of it. And I would get a 50-pound bag of cat litter and put it over my shoulder and just run the stairs up and down. And I couldn't do that now, I don't think. But I was determined. I had purchased all of these study guides. I would go home from work, sit down, have a little dinner, and study, and literally fall asleep studying. That's how much I wanted this job. So, passed the physical agility test, which blew my mind, and had the panel interview. Did well with that. Went back, met with the chief. Then they do your background investigation. You have a physical, and I will never forget. I was walking in the front door of my apartment. Had all of these groceries. I was carrying all of these groceries, and my phone was ringing. We didn't have cell phones back then, so it was the house phone. And put all the groceries down, answered the phone, and it was Miss Janice, who's no longer with us. She was the sweetest lady in fire admin, and she offered me the position. And I think I screamed in her ear. I think I blew her eardrum out. I was so excited. I couldn't believe it that I was offered the job here. And yeah, best thing I ever did. It takes its toll on you. It really does, if you let it. And I mean, there's a lot about this job that will wear you down. We see a lot of things that no human should have to see. And kids. That's the hardest. Kids and old people. And yeah. And it also makes you realize just how fragile life is. Sorry, I'm getting yeah, I love the guys that I work with, and I'm in my 24th year, and I honestly never thought I would make it this far, ever.